he was definitely hurt and whatnot. And it's a sport, you know. This is a sport, and we had a couple of fatal injuries that didn't occurred not too recently ago, not long ago, and I think it was very fortunate and very good for him to step in at the time that he did. He was very shook up very badly, and it was definitely a lot of time left in the fight, and I think he would have got injured.
You said that you had noticed quite a few weaknesses in Lewis. Are you prepared to say what they are now?
Oh yes, he had so many weaknesses. It was things he attempted to do that I saw, but hesitating and, you know, with the overhand right, he telegraphed his overhand right, and I think that was my main key to stopping him. I was trying to lure him into throwing the right hand, and soon as I lured him into throwing the right hand, I just countered with a straight right hand, and we all know the quickest point from line to line is a straight point.
Who's been your inspiration? Who's inspired you the most, do you think?
Who's inspired me the most? Well, I must say my family, my kids, Don King, who really stood by me and helped me maintain myself and my discipline, not only in the ring, but definitely out the ring, which has really shocked not only the world, but my opponents also. Now they will look at me as a definitely ultimate force now.
And I know you've admired Mike Tyson. I believe that you spoke to him before and after the fight last night.
Yes, I did. We had some words, whatnot, some words of wisdom as far as what I should do on my performance and taking it to him. And I went and I worked on that, matter of fact, with my left hook and whatnot. And most of the things I kind of done on my own. I just wanted to experiment with my boxing style. Everybody thought that I was just going to bore in like a bull and just, you know, just come straight forward. But I was there to show the people that I am a great boxer and I can box as well as punch.
Well, also joining us in the studio, co-promoters Frank Warren and Don King. First of all, Don, I mean, what is the future now? Does Mike Tyson figure in the plans for the future?
Most certainly. I think that Oliver's future is very bright. When Mike Tyson is released from custody, we now know who he will fight. He'll be fighting a couple of guys getting a warm-up, but he will be fighting Oliver for the WBC champion. So that has removed a lot, and it's a very, very bright future, Sue. And I just wonder where Marcus Planted is, because he's the guy that we're looking for now. He has him a new heavyweight champion, thanks to Frank Warren. And we're going to go out there and build up England, because I love England, and I think it's just so wonderful. The people have been so hospitable, so gracious, that we want the fans. They're the best fans in the world, by the way. They have sent Mike Tyson more mail from England than any other country in the world, you know, including America. So it's really great, you know what I mean? So we want to bring the best shows here to England, and so Oliver wants to come back and defend the crown.
That means you'll be busy then, Frank?
I hope so. He's a tremendous fighter, Oliver, and I thought what he did last night was such a superb performance. And I think what Frank Maloney and Dan Duva do at the moment is wrong. You know, Lennox Lewis was hurt. They were only 30 seconds into the second round. It could only have been worse for Lennox. You know, he was the guy taking the punches, and for them to, you know, come out now saying that the fight should be allowed to go on is a very stupid and dangerous statement to make.
We have heard that Dan Duva has issued a complaint.
Well, then, again, I find that sad. You know, Dan wasn't in the ring taking the punches. The guy in the ring taking the punches was Lennox Lewis. And all that would have happened would he got even, you know, more badly injured had that fight been allowed to go on. The referee, I believe, stops it dead right at the right time. And also, I think that's reflected in a lot of the newspapers this morning. You know, Barry McGuigan agreed with that. And I think a couple of the other journalists I spoke to. You know, Oliver done a superb job. Don't take it away from the guy. He came to the other man's backyard and he won the title, and he's going home with a belt. But he's going to come back here and defend it.
So who will he fight in this country next?
Well, we've been talking to our friend at the moment, Mr. Duff, and you know, I think Frank Bruno's on the agenda. Good old Frank's on the agenda. You know, it'd be a great fight. But you know, we've got some things to sort out. There's some obligations that we believe to us have got to be honoured by Mickey, and if he honours them, Frank Bruno will get a chance.
But Don, I mean, we in this country obviously didn't know a lot about Oliver before, but he's certainly made a name for himself now.
He certainly did, and I predicted it, you know, just the way it came out, because I was confident he would beat Lewis. I see the weaknesses in Lewis all around. He has a very bad team, not like they're bad people, but they are inept and incompetent. And if you notice Lewis's career, since he won the title, he went backwards instead of forward. And that's because he had these trainer, Pepe Correa, who would not help him to win, but be more to himself into the fighter rather than the fighter himself. And it's sad to say about Frank Maloney. This is another stupid decision that he's making in making a protest and accusing the WBC, who gave him a title. He never won a title in the ring. The WBC awarded it because of Riddick Bowe trashing that same belt in the trash can. The WBC awarded it to Lennox Lewis, and then Frank Maloney starts attacking the one that's giving him the belt. And I think this is just small-mindedness on his part, and he really shouldn't do that. But it's sour grapes and it's jealousy. But we're back. We're in there now. And the thing he should have been doing was trying to ingratiate himself to get a return match and get his guy back, get a win, and come back and fight again. Instead, he wants to burn the bridges of everywhere he's going.
But Lewis has had a lot of criticism from the American experts, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, and justifiably so, I might mind you, because he doesn't. I think Lennox Lewis is one of the best fighters in the world. I think he has the talent. He's a gangling young man, 6'5" or 6".